They don't give a fuck that you can diagnose them or tell them why they're experiencing something. You need to hit them where it fucking hurts. And what I mean by that is you need to show them that if they keep doing X, Y, Z, they're going to continue to get this result and they will not create this result.
Welcome to Did I Stutter with Jill Perick. And yeah, I probably did because I have a stuttering disability. But I'm also a multiple six-figure business and mindset coach who's here to help you shut down the mindfuckery of imposter syndrome, self-doubt, and playing the nice girl in your content so you and your brand can blow the fuck up and so you can stack the motherfucking cash. I'm holding absolutely nothing back. We're talking marketing, messaging, mindset, subconscious healing, nervous system regulation, and how to do it all even with raging anxiety, ADHD, and just being a fucking human. If fuck is one of your favorite words and nothing can get in between you, your iced coffee, or the work that you're here to do, I'm your girl. Let's dive in.
This is the only thing you need to fucking know about creating content that converts, because I do think that in the online industry, especially with coaching, there has been a wave of like the way we do content. I mean, in the beginning, it was just like a photo, a single photo that didn't even have any text on it and a caption. Like that's how I would create content. Like I used to sit there in 2018, 2019, and I would sit at the computer at work and I would spend like an hour putting together captions for the next 30 days. And then I would just pick a picture. I would pick one of the pictures that like my friend took of me or that my sister took of me, and that was the extent of content. But now it requires a lot of creativity. It requires a lot more thinking and a lot more thought leadership. Okay. And like this is the change that I'm seeing, is that it's not that people aren't buying, because they are. They absolutely are. And they are every single day. It's not that they're not investing in high ticket, because they absolutely are. But what they're doing is they're investing in people that actually have a fucking opinion and that can stand behind their opinion and actually have thought leadership, instead of somebody just regurgitating shit that you could Google. And a lot of the time, what I see is people creating awareness content. And I actually have an example for you. I remember once having this post that I wrote. I would say it was in like 2021 or 2022, around that time. And I connected the fact that as a kid and as a teenager, I didn't feel chosen. Like I always wasn't the person who was somebody's like best friend or first pick. I was the fucking middle child. And I connected this to this pattern that I saw happening in my business, which was I was looking for someone to choose me. And I wrote that post and I remember somebody commenting on it and being like, this post just cracked me open. I'm crying as I read it. You completely described me to a T. And I don't even know who that person is because she never paid me a fucking dime. And this is the example that I wanted to bring forward to you today, because you can create some really good awareness content that shows people like, hey, this is why you're doing what you're doing. But cunty content is about not only helping people understand themselves, but it's instead about making them confront their bullshit and confront the fact that they're still doing or thinking or acting on or allowing the thing that if they stopped doing it, if they worked with you, they would be able to find the relationship, make the money, have the rockin' hot bod by summer, all of the results that you can help them get. They would have those things if they stopped doing what they're doing, because it's not enough that you're just bringing awareness to their patterns or what they're doing, because guess what? Your best clients are the people that already fucking know their patterns. It's kind of like the girls like go to therapy and they're constantly told you're so self-aware. You're so self-aware. And you have probably heard that 10 times over, okay? But there is also a subset of people, a very small amount of people that actually do something with it. I had this girlfriend who she would spend years and years in therapy. And something that was happening was she was becoming very aware of her patterns, very aware of the things that were problems in her behavior, okay? And she realized this, but it didn't really take for a long time. So she was aware of the fact that when she did this, she got this result. But to her, it didn't matter because staying in the pattern or doing whatever it is was giving her more of a dopamine hit, or it was doing something for her. And if you've been listening to the podcast for a long time, you'll know that this is something called secondary gain. And secondary gain is when you are getting something out of a behavior or a belief or a thought, whatever it is, that even though it is damaging or sabotaging the results that you desire, you still do it. So it's kind of like, let's take, for example, overeating. Okay. So if you are somebody who overeats and then you become aware of it, like, oh, fuck, I think I'm overeating because of X, Y, Z, right? That was me in 2020 and 2021. I started like comfort eating, but I didn't realize it until I saw like a TikTok or a reel or something like that. And I was like, oh, fuck, like I'm actually overeating, I think. And then like I put on a big bunch of weight because I'm trying to like comfort myself because of all the things that had happened. Like my childhood home burnt down and our 15-year-old cat had died in the fire. And then a couple months after that, in addition to my sister having to live with us, a couple months after that, the house that we were renting was getting put on the market and we were getting kicked out of it by a certain time and there were no rentals available and we had to scurry to find a new place, blah, 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 blah. So there were all these crazy things happening. And then at that time I was like, I'm going to leave my full-time job. Okay. So there was a lot of shit happening. And I started to eat my feelings. But even after I became aware of it, it was pretty hard to stop because I was getting something out of it. I was getting the comfort out of it. There had to be something that was more enticing to me than the comfort of overeating. And at this point, awareness isn't the be all and end all. I was very self-aware. I am a very self-aware person, but self-awareness alone doesn't change the outcome. It doesn't change what somebody is going to do. So your potential client is somebody who is super self-aware, is somebody who is very self-aware and knows themselves. So at that point, if you're not just constantly giving people these dopamine hits or these realizations like, oh, I do that and that's the reason why, because that isn't enough to get them off the fence to want to fucking work with you, especially nowadays in the online space. They don't give a fuck that you can diagnose them or tell them why they're experiencing something. You need to hit them where it fucking hurts. And what I mean by that is you need to show them that if they keep doing X, Y, Z, they're going to continue to get this result and they will not create this result. The result that they desire has to be more fucking enticing than what they are currently experiencing and the secondary gain that they're currently getting out of whatever they're doing, whatever they're feeling, whatever they're thinking. So let's go through some examples of this. So I've seen hooks that say things like, you're afraid of being seen. Okay, no fucking shit, Sherlock. We all are. Okay, I've seen hooks that are like, you're undercharging because you're a people pleaser. And it's like, okay, tell me something I don't know. Okay. And even if somebody hears that, like they could have the realization, they could make the connection and be like, oh yeah, like that actually is why I'm undercharging, but they're not going to give a fuck. Okay. Let's say a hook that is something like, your mom left you in the cereal aisle while she grabbed the ground beef and now you have a fear of abandonment. Okay, like super specific, very specific, and it could be true. I mean, I was definitely a kid that I would be looking at something and then I turn around and be like, where the fuck did she go? And I'd be like, why'd you leave me in the aisle? But like, okay, if we can connect that to your fear of abandonment, okay, but what are they gonna do about it? Your content can be so exquisite at telling your dream client why they do what they do, okay? But the truth is your dream client already fucking knows what their problem is, or they wouldn't be on your page because they realize that you solve a specific problem for them. But now you need to tell them what happens if they don't fix it. So instead of you're afraid to raise your rates, you can say every month that you avoid raising your rates, you're choosing to sign twice as many clients just to make the same amount of money, okay? Then they're realizing, oh, fuck. So I'm going to do all this work and I'm going to sign all these clients, but then I'm going to have the same amount of cash at the end of the month, but then I'm going to have all of these clients and then my capacity is going to be stretched. And it's because I'm undercharging right now. It's because I refuse to raise the rates. Now you have them thinking like, I really need to fucking change this. Okay. Instead of your mom left you in the cereal aisle while she grabbed the ground beef and now you have a fear of abandonment, you could say your mom left you in the cereal aisle and now you give your clients a legacy rate that is 2 times lower than what you actually charge so they won't leave you. This hits them where it hurts. They're like, I do that, because if they're taking the action And then they're realizing like, oh shit, this is actually something I do. And it's because of this, but also like, this is how it's impacting me. It's impacting the bottom line. It's impacting the fact that you could be making so much more money with these incredible clients that you work with. But if they re-sign at this really, really low rate, not only is that like not great for you in terms of your re-sign rate and in terms of your income not going up, but also you're going to feel really strange about having clients at this like very low legacy rate and then clients that are at a higher rate. Like there are so many things that you could go into that will show them the cost of what they're fucking doing. Okay. So instead of you overate tonight because you have a big meeting tomorrow, okay, tell me something I don't know again. You could say you don't look hot at the beach this summer because of that big meeting you had in March. Calls them the fuck out. And even if they didn't have a big meeting in March, they could have had something that happened in the fall or the winter. And they're thinking to themselves, like, oh, yeah, because I'm overeating, because I feel anxious or afraid or whatever the fuck it is. And now I don't have the body that I want. I have to stop doing that. Okay. Your dream clients aren't looking for you to tell them more shit that they already know about themselves, but they want to be hit over the head with what continuing to do the thing that they're doing is costing them now and in the long run. This is cunty content. And in cunty content, which is happening August 17th, okay, you're going to learn how to take these thoughts that are already living in your dream client's head, and you're going to turn them into content that they realize is just slapping them across the face and being like, holy shit, this is the thing that I am missing out on because I'm not taking this problem seriously or this thought seriously. Instead of just showing them, hey, this is why you do the things you do, you're going to show them, and then this is the impact of the thing that you're doing or the thing that you're thinking or the thing that you continue to feel. This is the impact. What are you going to do about it? And this will move people into your DMs and have them asking how they can work with you instead of just commenting shit like, wow, that was transformational, I'm crying, and then they never fucking move. So we are doing all of this in cunty content. It is happening from August 17th until August 21st. This is going to be so fucking juicy. And it's not just about being a bitch, you guys. I am not just being a bitch in my content for the sake of it, because even though it's hilarious, even though people love it when I'm super like cunty and direct in my content, it has a purpose. It has a purpose to be this way. And ultimately, it's helping people move from just the awareness to actually realizing that everything they're doing has an impact. And what you're trying to do is help impact them in the right kind of way, in your kind of unique way, so they can get results. So cunty content is happening again, August 17th to the 21st. You can join at the link in my show notes for $22, and I will fucking see you there.